What's up out there? Welcome back to Melvor Hardcore. This is Gen 2, episode 34. We have now officially gone a lot further than my original account did, and we have beaten the Infernal Stronghold. We're looking at the God Dungeons, which I'm going to run all of those in a row here. So we'll get to that in 1 second. A little bit of housekeeping first. I ran the Infernal Stronghold. I only needed to run it 8 times. I got a lucky dupe on the Infernal Cores, so those are done. I now have the Infernal Cores. I have the Infernal Cape on everybody, on all 3 of these, which gives a little bit more damage reduction. Let's see. I can ditch this thing now. Actually, you know what? I can also go in. You'll notice my defense is now level 99. I can buy another one of these things. I have 4. So I can sell this, get rid of that thing. I can equip this over to, I can equip this on here. If we survive all this, got a lot to look forward to. So the max skill cape is there. I just got this thing last night. I had to let it run just a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I even finished it off on my mobile device. But I let this thing run as long as I could yesterday, and then it was just ever so close, so I let it finish. There are 4 achievements left on Steam for hardcore, and that is the 4 dungeons we're about to do. So I quickly got through everything I needed real fast here, and we're ready to run these dungeons, I think. Like I said, a little bit of housekeeping first. First and foremost, we have the Infernal Claw. We got the clears done on that. I had the Dragon Shield on this side, but because I got actually a second and third shield that makes this, I went through, and that's pretty much how I finished off my defense last night, was grinding out just green dragons. Just these guys right here. I killed a whole bunch of these things. In fact, I've killed like 10,000 of them. It was ridiculous. I needed let's see, where they at? Where are you at? Here. 10,473. Because I wanted to collect up enough dragon bones to create another one of these shields. And the reason I did that is, if you're following on adventure mode, I ran into issues where I'm down a shield. I have like this, I have the Dragonfire shield on one, I have the scaled shield, but then on my magic character, I'm not able to equip that because I don't have a shield. So I went ahead and got one here. I figured that would finish off my run quite nicely. That way I have it. Plus, like I said, I already got it. I do have all of the ancient plate, so that's taken care of. That clears out that dungeon. I might be missing something out of the volcano. Can't remember. Let's see here. I also forgot, well, in previous videos, and probably even in my adventure account, I neglected to think about these things here. The dragon gear for the hands, I don't think those have any damage reduction, but the Van Braces have, for the ranged, have some decent damage reduction. So I put those things on here. They give you another couple percent. I think that outweighs whatever bonuses you're going to get on this, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it does. So I've got those equipped. Let's see here. On the wizard gear, I was running, I was running the Slayer stuff, but the gear, but the gear that I have on now is a little bit better. It offers a little more damage reduction. So I went ahead and just crafted up some Fire Expert. I used to have the ancient stuff. I thought about grinding those out, but then I thought, you know what? I don't need to. I can just craft these. They look to have the same damage reduction as the ancient gear. So I'm not going to worry about, and I'm going to be running fire spells when we go into here. This is what's going to happen. I don't believe I have any ancient. I do. I can't remember why I have these. I don't know if they're level or what, but now we have to start clearing out the God dungeons 100 times to unlock the rest of these spells. So probably using Ignite, and I never thought about that. Yeah, I have enough. I have enough to do this. So we're going to be going in fire spells. And the other thing I forgot is the elite wands. I had a couple of these wands. I actually had 2. And I was sitting there trying to figure out why I couldn't put I had that wand on. I'm like, things just didn't feel right. And then I remembered that you could create these things. You have to have one of these magic wands. I had 2. Well, actually, you need 4. if you're going to build this without any of the preserve resources and things like that, you need 4 of these. Well, I had 2. I actually didn't end up using either one, and I just sold them off for now. I think I used them. I made fire wands with them. Yeah, well, whatever. Beside the point. These things here are the best weapon that you can get at this point. They take these elite wands, and I was trying to figure out where the wands came from because I don't remember grinding for them, and they actually came from these cursed maidens. These things drop those, so I had gotten a couple of those from theirs, and fortunately they all turned into one of these wands, the elemental imbued wands. After this, you're going to get some good stuff in the god dungeon, but I wanted the best I could get for here, and I believe that to be this, because I was running the nature staff, but it's a 2-handed weapon. This lets me run the shield, which is why I ground out that shield. So, let's see here. I have all 4 of them. There's earth, magic, fire, air, whatever. Got all those. And I also whipped up some dragon boots. He had the ranger boots. I whipped out the dragon boots for him just because it gives some damage reduction. I think the helmet that I could give him is also like 4%. It would be, yeah, this is 7. It would be the dragon stuff, but I'm going to leave the Slayer one on. I don't really see the point. For where we're at, we're going to gear up, I think. We'll be able to do this. So, all that out of the way. This is how I'm going to run the dungeons currently, and that's because the first dungeon we're going to hit is going to be melee intense. So we're going to run everything damage reduction for the melee side. Then the next dungeon is going to be ranged, so we're going to switch over to this, and then we're going to switch over to magic for that one, and then the final one's going to be running ranged again. So we're going to tweak everything in between each dungeon, but let's dive in. So if I die, this is going to be on camera. So if you notice, you need to have the volcanic cave cleared before the air god dungeon opens up, and then you have to clear air god before water god, etc. These are all here, and then you have to defeat the fire god to unlock into the mist. So, and then into the mist and unlock the event thing. I don't know. Let's dive in. Have never been in here, so we need to make sure everything is under 436. I believe all my agility stuff is set. This one won't matter. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We can loot these. If we survive this, we're going to have enough, I think, to unlock a couple of chests. We're going to get a little bit of gear as this goes. So this is melee. I need to really pay attention to this now that I think about it. Melee up against ranged. So we're following the combat. And I am going to follow the combat triangle through this, no matter whether I'm over-leveled or not. I want to survive these, and I want to get all my achievements done, so we are definitely going to follow that. I don't anticipate issues because we just did this with the adventure account and pretty much geared the same way, and everything went fine. So we'll see. And I don't know how long this video is. I think I'll put chapter marks in for the various dungeons. That way you can skip around if you want. Or the death scene, wherever. Okay, melee, we're going to go over to magic and run magic. Basically, you're going to get a damage bonus against these things. At 233, you're also getting damage reduction bonus against these things. Let's see. Ancient magics don't work with some of this stuff. Damage boosting doesn't. I don't know. I can't do any curses with it. And I'm not sure any of these are worth putting on because I think I have to keep turning them on. I'm kind of lazy. All right. So what we may need to kick on is Battle Heart and Stone Skin. And I could probably leave that on throughout. I've also got a ton of damage reduction. You know what? We can do magic assistance on here. I should turn on melee accuracy also. So we've got potions. We've got magic assistance, range strength. I forgot I had that. melee accuracy, damage reduction in case we want to go that route, and hinder potions. I'm going to save the diamond locks. Those are for Into the Mist and beyond. This stuff shouldn't need any of this, especially at this and the gearing we're at. I mean, they've added damage reduction to all this, so we should be more than golden here. Okay, you are back to this. So we're going to switch over to melee to match the ranged. He's got really good damage reduction against this. And the gear that comes out of here is going to go on to my ranged character. And what we're going to do after this is basically just spend time in the dungeons. I'm going to slowly gear all these characters up, or all three of the combat styles up from these dungeons. And we're going to gear up for Into the Mist. It's going to take a while to get to that point, I think. But we're close. We're very close. Okay. So far, we haven't had to waste anything. No prayers, no potions, which is fine. I can hang on to that stuff. I could turn on the damage reduction potion. Actually, you know what? I need to switch to melee accuracy. Boost that up a little bit. Could take the easy route and put Battle Heart. And I mean, I have more than enough prayer for it. But I kind of want to save things. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, if I really wanted to survive this. But I don't know. We'll see where we can get without it. 342, but he does not have a stun. And I'm going to do a little manual healing here. Switch over to this. That actually goes up in damage. So we'll switch back. You know what? Let's take the chicken way out here. Kick these on. You know what? Let's do some damage reduction. That way we've got maximum damage reduction through all of this. Stone Skin's on, that's 3%. I believe we have 6% coming in from that. So that's like an extra 9%. Plus those will take a little more damage. Chance to hit kind of goes down, but heal up in between. No chance of dying here. Like, I'm being extra cautious for a reason. And I have this, which takes away the prayer cost a little bit. Probably won't hurt. 2% damage against ranged, which this is a ranged character. And I'm not going to run these twice like I was in adventure mode. I'm just going to run these once because I think the video is going to be long enough. So we're going to back out of here. Let's see. Did we get... I can sell this thing off for sure. Oh, we're just short. Wait. I didn't finish the dungeon, did I? God damn it. All right. My bad. A little too jumpy early in the morning. I did not finish the dungeon, did I? Son of a bitch. All right. Well, whatever. We're gonna get an air shard unlocked here. We got a little bit to go. All right. Upgrade this. Maybe we'll get something cool. Open up the air chest. Throwing knives. Nah, nothing good. Well, another shot at one. Well, I guess I wasn't fighting Eris. I was fighting the one right before her. Well, I was saying I wasn't going to do these twice, and then I do them twice. You'll have that, I guess. So we got to go through all this again. And you can see, like, I don't really have the greatest gear for switching back and forth always between the combat triangle. Sometimes you just want to equal out the combat triangle, not necessarily switch to the proper one. Like, I would, whatever those golems or whatever I was fighting. Uh, I'm going to have 176 damage reduction, chance to hit 7%. Uh, Switch over to this. It's going to have a little bit higher chance to hit, but I'm going to do a lot more damage to it. So I'm going to follow the combat triangle on this one, just because I'm way overpowered on it. In theory, I'm going to do more damage to it and kill it off faster if I switch. I may take a little more damage, but I get a little bit more in return. The one, I didn't want to chance. I just don't want to chance this. Obviously, I'm running a little skittish on this, but I don't want to lose my character either. Cool thing is we get to light him on fire. Always love seeing that tick down. Bleeding too. Heal that up. Plenty of heals. Plenty of everything going. What do we run? A damage reduction still. Okay. Okay, we are cooking along now. Switch back to here because I believe these are ranged. I could use ranged against this, but I don't know. I thought this had stun. Yeah, it does have stun. So I don't want to really chance that. This dungeon's really made for your melee character to go through. So, I mean, theoretically, I want to be able to survive this with everything he's got, which is this gear. If we get anything from, say, the Earth God dungeon, if we get a decent piece of equipment out of that, or two, like I had some really good rolls off my adventure account. I ran the I ran this Air God dungeon one time, and I got a couple of pieces of gear out of it. I got like 3 things. I got like the ring and then the feet and head or something. So I was really well off, but I wasn't leveled up to use it. Now this is totally leveled out. Like when I ran this on my standard account, I think my ranged and magic was way behind. So I pretty much had to, see what do we got here? These guys again. I pretty much had to level up ranged or magic or whatever to equip all the gear. Here, there's no issues. Whatever we get's going right on the class and into the next dungeon. I just have to remember not to finish the dungeon. Not get ahead of myself. Okay, what do we got here? Let's heal up. This was the thing I tried using magic against. All right, what do we got here? Let's sell these real quick. Get rid of that. And you can do manual healing in this. Like if you can hold the enter key. I don't need to at this point. I have more than enough. Like he's not even close to my auto eat. So finish this thing off real quick. Magic would finish this thing off quicker, but I don't want to chance it. I just don't want to chance it. You're going to hear that a lot today. The one I'm really concerned with is the Fire God, because that's the one that I've always died on. So we're going to heal here. Now we're fighting ranged. This thing kind of looks like the end boss. That's why I backed out so quickly. But the end boss is much bigger. Does many more attacks. Okay, he's not going to do that much damage. Still can't open a chest. If I'm watching this, like if I leave this running on my laptop or whatever, what I'll do in the background is go and open up chests and stuff, because I'll know that I'm going to survive all this. So I'll kick over and I'll open up the shards or, whatever, and check some chests, or check the scrolls, I should say, and then convert those shards to chests and check those things out. Okay. About to fight the big boss, fully healed. Let's see. I do not see anything that is anywhere close to that kind of damage. So we are going to rock and roll this thing pretty quick here. We're going to get all the bonuses of melee versus range. So I've got massive damage reduction. We could switch these prayers out to something different. And so if you've watched any of the videos, I think it was my 5 tips, or somewhere I did a combat video, I think. Been a while, I can't remember. So this is the chance to use this percentage here. This is the chance to use this item. The actual chance to hit is 40%. So this is what you're trying to mitigate here. This is just how often they're going to use something, these percentages here. So the way I would do this fight if I was underleveled or if I was running melee through, you could probably do this in the 70s or 80s, somewhere in that, with dragon gear, fully upgraded dragon gear, which is what I did on my standard account. I just mowed through everything, I think. I may have had ancient gear, I can't remember. And I may have, whatever, it doesn't matter. I may have done dragon gear on my adventure account, I can't remember. But, okay, we are done. We can run away from this. We can heal up. If you watch what attacks they're going to do, make sure and keep the name of the one that they're going to, we'll get to it here in a second. The thing you want to pay attention to is the one that they're going to do the most damage on, and watch for that name to pop up, and then manually heal through it if you need to. Okay. I can sell these off, didn't get anything good. The air shards will give you accessories, ring and amulet. They'll give you a bunch of other crap with them, but you're looking for the ring and amulet there. We need to lock these gloves. We need to move these to my weapon and equipment tab, and then go and equip these two. You'll notice that these give an additional 2% damage reduction. So they've already replaced these dragonhide van braces. I can equip that, and then I can just ditch this thing here. So in essence, we've upgraded this character slightly. I need to take that off and replace this real quick. Put that on there. Put the Amulet of Fury. I should have kept some of these Amulets of Fury. I had a ton of these things. Okay, so melee is done. There's 8% damage reduction on this, but there's also 8% damage reduction on the scaled shield, so I'm going to leave that like it is. We have a little bit of difference on damage reduction there. Let's see, 7% versus 4. I could go up a little bit, but this is made for the next dungeon. We have damage reduction on. We have Stone Skin and Battle Heart, so these will go through all the dungeons. So the Air God's done. Let's run Water God. Let's do this. Okay, this one's mostly magic, so that's why you're going to run range through it. And again, this is his chance to use these things. So when you watch this attack interval pass over here, you'll see like he'll do an icy chill or something like that. If there's one that you know is going to have a stun, the problem is you have to read this stuff while you're fighting the battle. Especially at the end of these bosses, if you're under geared and you're trying to fight this, you're trying to read this, heal, and all that at the same time, it gets to be a bit much. Let's see here. We've got, these are new. But what you're really looking for is the word stun or freeze or something like that. Yeah, see here, he's going to freeze. There's a freeze is basically stun. Unavoidable applies freeze. There are different, I guess I should mention that. I was looking at the wiki the other day. I need to go through it and read it more, but I was looking for something else, and I ran across, there's a big combat guide or something on there, and it talks about the differences between stun and freeze, and there's a few of these, actually, and there's different monsters that fall into different categories. And the reason that's important is because there's this chance to ignore burn and frostburn, and that applies to certain things, but not others. I thought it might have applied to everything, but there are certain, I guess there must be frostburn or something. I didn't look into it any further, but I need to. Okay, so we're about to be done with these guys. Heal in between. These things are melee, so if we switch to this, we're going to... So, ranged is going to take a debuff against melee. That's why I switched over to this. If I was super undergeared, and when I'm stunned, I'm watching this number here because this is going to be the biggest attack. This goes up by 30%, I think, when you're stunned. So if any of these, and this is a quality of life thing, I don't think it used to do this. This actually changes now. depending on whether you're stunned or not. So if you keep an eye on this and keep an eye on your auto eat and how your health is doing, you can pay attention, you can run this dungeon manually. Or maybe it's better if I say that that's what I would do if I was running this dungeon manually. Oh, this is going to be a long video. I may cut this up into multiples. I'm not sure. The important part is to not run in between, run out of the dungeon before I need to. Okay. Heal between. Nope, we're not done yet. Should have to go back to ranged for these next guys. We're stunned. We're taking 210. This will switch back to 161. So that's a nice quality of life feature. Speaking of that, there is a patch coming soon. We're going to heal in between. Go back to magic. There is a patch coming soon. I think they said at the end of the month here, another few days. And we're getting some quality of life bank slot stuff. All right, he's not going to kill me. I do not have enough yet. This is going to get me magical gear. So hopefully we get some gloves or boots or something for the magic side. What you don't want to do is run melee through here unless you know what the hell you're doing. This wouldn't be so bad, but you'd have to manually heal through a lot of this, which means clicking this button or holding the enter key or whatever as these attacks come in. These aren't bad. It's the floor 4 and 5 that are the difficult ones. These are probably what kill me the most, though. These golems, this floor 3 stuff. The first 2 floors are kind of trash mobs. And one thing you can do, or one thing I have done, is you can do floors 1 and 2 if you wanted to just manually run those. Like there was a point in time where I couldn't beat these golems. They killed me on my standard account when I first ran into them. And so what I would do is I would run the first couple of floors and just collect these, the loot down here, collect those shards, and then, because I didn't know what I was getting, there is a cool amulet and ring from each of those. So you could run those, start the dungeon, run the first couple floors, quit out, and come back. You could do that, especially if you're leveling up like strength or attack or something and you're trying to get the ring and amulet. Those have a really low drop chance though, so they are kind of tough to get. We're still not there. But we're going to go to the next floor. We're on ranged. I want to say there might be a melee character in here. Or a melee mob somewhere in here. One of these little sub-bosses that are coming up. Actually, what I found is the sub-bosses are typically tougher than the end boss. All right, we're going to heal up. This is magic style, 215. And this is going to do frozen. So icy chill's the thing to look out for. Winterland one kind of sucks too. Now, when I've done this before, like on my standard account, I didn't have this. They didn't have the scaled shield. So adding poison, and I did this without summoning too. Summoning didn't exist then. So there's a lot of extra bonuses, plus this battle hearts in here. This is actually toning it down quite a bit. Plus, being max level definitely helps too. Okay, loot those. We're healed. This thing is melee. We're taking a total deficit to this. So if I switch over to here. Now, you'll notice when I switch, I try to switch when I'm at full health. So if I do take a hit in the meantime, this guy's pretty slow on attack, but if I do take a hit, and it could be a potentially final blow, I try to take it, in between attacks, in between their interval. And we're going to heal. We're going to switch over. We're going to loot that. We're going to come over here, 234. Flash freeze is the one that you have to watch out for here. So if you see flash freeze, that means you're going to get stunned. We're going to go up to, 340, something like that. This won't be too bad. This won't be too bad at all. There's flash freeze. So stunned, you would manually heal. That resets your attack. So it still has to run across twice. But then depending on what Glacia follows up with, you could manually heal and be ready to go. You know what I mean? It would reset this, but you'd be full health. So you'd be able to survive all these other hits. And then you just manually heal as much as you needed until you could let your attack run across. Of course, it also slows you down pretty far. The other thing we could do here is throw on those hinder potions. Not terribly concerned. Another tactic is to wait for this thing to get all the way across. Like, it's going to reset, so you don't want to hit your heal. Let's run from this. You don't want to hit your heal when the attack interval's over here, because you'll just miss running through one cycle. So if you let it go all the way through and then come back to here and then hit it somewhere over here, you're still interrupting your attack interval, but you're not losing the whole interval, if that makes sense. Okay, enough talking. We got 2 to unlock. So we got really good gear here. Oh, just 1 shy. We're going to go back in here. We're going to go kill the first thing. I only need 1 shard. Come on. Okay, run from that. Take this, upgrade the whole thing, and open that. And we get some shitty battle staff. All right, whatever. Didn't get anything good there. Let's move this stuff over to here. And then we're going to go and switch this out for this. Let's equip. Nope, I did that wrong. Getting in a hurry and getting ahead of myself here. So I need to, totally not clicking the right things. I need to go here and equip that. So this has got a piece of gear. Now we're going to go get a piece of gear out of the Earth God dungeon. So I need to take this. That's going to really help that. It's going to really help that. So we can free up. Let's get rid of these 2. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. All right, let's do, we've done air, water, let's do earth. Let's do this. Okay, so right off the bat, we need melee. Now I can do this with this. It's going to take a little more damage, but I want to follow the combat triangle. I want to, at this point, I'm manually running the dungeon. So if I'm sitting here watching it, I'm going to follow the combat triangle and just run through these trash mobs. Wait, did I not hit the loot button? There we go. New item. Of course, all this counts towards completion because you have to collect all the shards, the chests, and all the stuff that comes out of the chests and the scrolls and all that. So this is all completion. If we want to continue into completion, and I probably mentioned it before, but because I was really trying to go for full completion on this account because that's what the Steam achievements used to be. They've now changed it to where all you have to do is get through these 4 dungeons. It doesn't even look like you have to go through Into the Mist or anything to get the achievement. So we're going to continue forward with hardcore, but it's just not going to be. Let's see, switch over to this style. Oh, no, still got more. Oh, I thought I was switching. We're going to continue forward with hardcore. I just don't need to, I can chill out on the, all the remasteries and everything. I don't have to worry about all that. I'm doing that on my standard account. In fact, I've stopped my in-game grind just to get that done. I thought, you know what, it's time to finish it. So I'm working on my standard account towards that. These guys are catching up, slowly but surely. So, let's see, we got one more of these guys. The in-game event, I've been into it. I haven't actually ran a whole lot on my standard account yet, but been in there, checked it out. Okay, so now we're switched over to magic to go up against. This will do a stun. And if we're stunned, I think I saw something out of this. Okay. Oop, I want this, but I want that. Collect those. Typically, when you finish these dungeons, you have enough shards to open a chest. So every time you run through it, you should get a chest out of it. If not, you can go kill one of the first couple mobs and get enough. But you definitely, as I was running this on my adventure account, I definitely noticed that you don't get as many scrolls out, or you get more scrolls than you get shards. So it's not a one-for-one thing. Meaning you may get 99 shards and not be able to open a chest, but you're going to get 1 or 2 scrolls. So you may or may not get a chest. You may or may not get more than 1 scroll. I don't know. It just depends on how the loot runs. And you can equip the Chapel Nor and get more stuff out of it. I just don't, like I've said a million times already, I don't want to take the chance. All right, we're coming up on floor 3. I don't remember what these guys are, but we're definitely going to heal in between. Loot that. These should be melee. Oh yeah, we're way good on this. I think it's mostly in the air and water god that I've had trouble with these, and mostly probably the air god because I was starting with melee. If I was concerned about gear, like I would probably run this 2 or 3 times, get a few pieces of gear, maybe get the gloves and the glove. I think the gloves, the boots, and the helmet are probably the easiest to get out of any of these dungeons. So I would probably run these things manually and then take that gear and feed it back into the air god dungeon. You know what I mean? Like gear up. Since I'm here, since I'm running this, I could get a few pieces of gear out of this, run it through the back into the air god dungeon. That makes that run much easier. So I use less health, go through them quicker. The more you can withstand, the higher level you have, the better gear you have. Everything on these dungeons means you're going to go quicker. And the quicker you run these things out, obviously, the more loot you're going to get, the faster, the better, all that kind of thing. So it would definitely, and this, because I would be running the air god, I could run this a few times and pull as much gear out of this as I could. And I may do that tonight or something, I'm not sure. But you can pull as much gear as you can out of here, and then, you know what I mean, kind of bounce it back in. All right, we're going to switch to ranged here. Full health. We're going to do 200. She's going to do 230. There's actually no... That just takes attack interval. There's actually no stun here. And because you're magic on magic, let's see here. I guess I'll let this thing kill her off. Need to be ready to switch back and heal though. Unless we catch in between. Switch back, loot that, heal that. This is melee. Yeah. We're cake. We are cake walking now. Okay. Difficult one is going to come up. This shouldn't be a bad dungeon. This should go pretty quick, pretty easy. Well, relatively quick. It's probably going to be an hour-long video. So if you're binging this video, good luck with that. All right, let's do that. Loot this. And, okay, we're good on health. In a quick glance, let's see. He does have a stun. Again, our auto heal's 436. 275 is his max hit. And so stunned is going to be, what, 3 something? We're good there. Which one's the one that stuns? Is it charge? was charge. Yeah, charge. We could drop a heal in here, just in case. Like, if you're really concerned about this, you can drop a heal, but we're well within the auto heal range. If I was running each of these dungeons, like for the video, if I was going to do this one time, I would do what I do with my adventure account, which is run the dungeon probably twice, just to get some gear, feedback loop, get a little bit more gear. Every time you finish these, you're going to get a piece of equipment for this. Like, I'm going to get something melee, probably gloves or boots, something like that. So every time you run this, you're going to get something. Now, the chest and legs are the ones that take the most to get. They take the longest. Okay, we can run from here. Actually, for him, the shield is probably the worst thing to get. But as far as just this middle set of gear, these two pieces are the hardest. These three you'll have like hundreds of. These you may have single digits or just barely into double digits. Okay, same thing. We're going to have to bust back in here. Let's run this one more time. I'm not going to run through the whole dungeon. I need 4 shards. So we're going to switch over to melee. Click this and open it real quick. We get boots. Let's see here. Another thing you can do is mix and match parts too. Like, you can take parts from one dungeon and put it in the other, because you're going to have better damage reduction from all the stuff you get from these than you will from all the stuff you have previously. So if for some reason I needed boots for my ranged character, I could throw the Terran boots on there just temporarily, which I might do that now that I'm thinking about it. Might just do that. Do I have enough? One more. This thing will probably toss too. That's how it always happens. I double my loot when I don't need to. All right. We'll bust out of here. We're going to convert this over. And we're going to open this up. Didn't get anything. Move this here. And then we're going to equip that onto there. Okay. So, got one piece of gear. Let's check this out. Now we need to run this over to here. And we need to equip this onto here. Take this and equip it onto here. Okay. I already have dragon boots on, so I can get rid of these. Don't need them anymore. And that's how quickly some of this stuff will change. You'll have this stuff, and then you'll start getting this god stuff, and this god stuff is way better. 8% damage reduction versus this. So if you could equip all 8%, you'd be golden. Okay, here it is. We have the best damage reduction that I can get. Helmet-wise, I could probably do something better. This is 4%. This will give me 7. But this is going to be one of those YOLO moments. Let's just do this. All right, Fire God, here we come. All this is on. First thing is these, so we're going to do 123. Yeah, we're going to take that. I don't care about idling this. I just want to get through it. So we're going to run through this. Because I have a couple extra pieces of gear on here, that's adding even more damage reduction. Let's see if we can loot that. Man, so far I've had to get extra shards for every one of these. There are times that I end up with extra shards. Like, I'll end up with 102 or something. These trash mobs drop 1 or 2 at the beginning. They don't drop a whole lot. Okay, we're coming up on the next switch. Oh, this is going to be big. We're going to be in the end game. Well, I mean, we're in end game now, but like, we're going to be deep into it after this. This is going to be golden. This is going to open up a tremendous amount of things. Well, I had $1 billion gold before I started this too. We're about to spend a big chunk of that. Okay, one more. See, this is ranged dungeon, so Need to switch back to ranged. I think I read you can run magic through here, but you need more damage reduction. So we need to swap back to that, make sure we're healed. We can stay on this. 160. Again, we're staying on the combat triangle. So that means I take more, or I can do more attack against this. This dungeon isn't bad. I actually got through all the way to the end boss and I was surviving kind of well with my melee character. Now, the problem is the end boss has like Cataclysm or something. I can't remember what it's called. It's a massive attack. It just wiped him off. Just wiped him completely out. Whenever I do try to idle this, I will have full ranged gear. Okay, gotta pay attention again. So I think we're gonna need to switch back to ranged here soon. It is kind of strange to think that these trash mobs are melee and you're going to go up against them with ranged, but it is what it is. Once you have all this geared out, it's not bad at all. Okay. One more of these guys and we switch back. I should have the wolf thing on, or not the wolf, the, oh God, what is that? The yak. All right, switch over to that, loot that, make sure we're healed. These things are magic, so we definitely want to be on the ranged side of things. Let's see. Everything in here applies fire too, so I think there might be something that can stop the burn. I'm not sure. If there is, I don't have it on right now. Although, what's this thing do? Ignore burn. I don't really feel like taking that off right now. Would save health, I suppose. Heal in between. And the reason I'm really healing in between now, I don't really need to on this because these things are nowhere near. Kind of out of habit. If I'm watching this, if I'm watching the thing, I will heal in between a lot of times. You've probably seen me doing that. If I probably do it and not pay attention, but kind of becomes habit after a while. Okay, we're on ranged. We're coming up into the mini bosses up before. We're going to make sure we're fully healed before we go into that. I don't know what their attack styles are. I don't remember. So, come on and die. Kill that thing off. We're still taking a little damage. This is magic, so perfect. The next one might be melee or something stupid. Let's see. These don't hit for any... Yeah, he's not going to stun or freeze. The funny thing is you can light these things on fire. They're in the Fire God dungeon and you can light them on fire. I still find that amusing. Okay. Heal, loot. Oh yeah, 443. He was way outside of my damage reduction. So there was no way I could idle this with my ranged at this point. I mean, understandable. I wasn't expecting to. But there's no way I can idle that. Not with this character. That's why you have to basically gear up on the other ones. You're going to get a lot of damage reduction from the other dungeons. So we're letting auto eat do its job. And healing when we need to. Like now, switch over. Now we need to pay attention. 390. So if there's a stun, we're going to have to... We've got max damage reduction. What we're looking for is Cataclysm. That's the one big one. But what's he do beforehand? Scorching Ray. Burn. Burn I don't care about. Cataclysm we want to be healed fully for, though. So that's where we're going to be manually healing. Scorching Rays, no big deal. Burning Claws. No big deal. I thought there was one that stunned. Trying to watch what's coming up more than I am. I thought there was one that stunned. Maybe not. If he doesn't have a stun, pay attention way too much to that. All right. He's done. Done. Run. Sweet. Okay, so now we have another book unlocked. If you're following the story portion of it, you get these little books you can read. So we got more than enough on this one, so we're going to upgrade that. And that is 4 achievements knocked out right there. We got these. We're going to lock these. These I could equip on anybody. The thing with these, you're going to get some good damage reduction with these. From what I gather, we are done. We've gotten all these done. From what I gather, of course, your air god gears up your ranged, water god gears up your magic, and earth god gears up your melee. The fire god is more for killing things faster. So all the gear that he has is good for what you have. So like I can equip these on this feat, replace this crappy thing. My damage reduction is going to go up a little bit. I'm going to get some better stats out of it. But I would want the more class specific gear rather than this general gear if I wanted more protection. So we'll equip that. We're going to sell this. And that is it. That is one long episode. All right. I got a lot of editing to do with this. Now, if you're playing on Steam and you're wondering why I don't have my achievements popping up, it's because you have to actually close the client out and then log your character out and then log back in to get that to pop up. So I'll do that here in a minute. To recap, I now have a little bit of gear from each of the god dungeons. We've been through all the god dungeons. We are ready to idle the god dungeons and gear up and get ready for Into the Mist. So that's kind of where we're at and what we're going to be doing. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of today. I don't know if I'm going to go into the air god or whatever. I might. But it'd been nice if I'd have gotten, say, the helmet or something, because then I could mix and match pieces and put those on here. But very excellent day. Very long video if you stuck through this whole thing. But we are now through all the god dungeons with hardcore, and now the hard part begins. A lot more grinding. Anyway, that will do it for this episode. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.